Proud, my two lovely grandparents.
Mexico is a beautiful country made up of over 120 million people, and it stretches from 761,000 square miles. I mean, that is pretty huge considering all the other countries we have in this world. Mexico is made up of 31 states and one province. The one province is actually called the Distrito Federal, which is known to us as Mexico City. It's still an interesting fact there. Mexico was first actually dominated by the Aztecs and the Mayans, but then was invaded by Cortez, and then over the years they actually gained its independence from Spain in 1821. And actually, a fun fact for you is 15 years after that, Texas gained its independence, which also led to half the land being taken back, and the leader at that time was actually Santa Anna, and he got exiled from Mexico because of that. And his predecessor was Ignacio Comonfort. Now, Ignacio, he issued a land reform that made many of the rich people mad, which started the War of Reform. This War of Reform, Napoleon III also took this as a way to take over the country of Mexico and actually sent the Archduke of Austria to Mexico to take some of the land there. So for a while, it was actually ruled by the Archduke, and I'd say that the downfall of the country was his love for Mexico. He really did actually care about the country. But then it was actually taken back by Juarez, the guy in charge, and his men in 1867. But enough about that history, it's pretty boring. Let's talk about more current situation, which is Mexico City itself. There are over 20 million people that live in that city. I mean, could you imagine just the sheer size of that city? 20 million people. It's actually the second largest city in the world right now. First is actually Tokyo. And also found this information on discoveringice.com. Now, the funny thing is, over 600,000 Americans actually live in that city. I mean, what could they do there? I mean, they could probably visit the 160 museums that are spread throughout the city and art galleries as well. But, who would want to visit 160 museums? They probably consisted of, like, the presidents and past civilizations that they've gathered, like the actual, like, all the stuff that they have in the civilizations, they probably put them in the museum. So that's probably what people want to see. Anyway, the food probably isn't too bad either. They have maize in pretty much every dish, from tacos to enchiladas to quesadillas. And it's actually very good, and it has actually heavily influenced American cuisine as well. And other things they use are, they use beans a lot in their food, and also I've heard they use chocolate. Now, chocolate first originated with the Aztecs as a drink rather than an actual food source. But then, now Mexicans, they use it as a chocolate maize, as a mole sauce, actually. And they put it on top of chicken and turkey. Could you imagine the combination of that? It seems bad to me, but I'm sure that they would like it. So in the end, Mexico has been through a lot. From land invasions to an ever-growing economy. It still is a beautiful place to live, even though it has over 112 million people in it. And it has a lot to do, from the beaches to all the museums. I'm pretty sure that you cannot be bored in this huge 761 square miles of Mexico.